Hi, this is Lada from Astrolada.com with your May 2017 horoscopes, and those horoscopes will be very special because they will cover not only May but the next year and a half. So you're getting a deep insight into the next year and a half, because I'm going to focus in the May videos on the change of signs of the North Node and South Node, or also I like to call them Rahu and Ketu. It's easier. They're changing signs from Leo into Aquarius from May 2017 till November 2018, which means our karma is changing, guys. The big lessons, Rahu and Ketu, are the reasons we incarnate in this life. To learn lessons and to let go of things. To learn new things and to let go of old things. Ketu is letting go, Rahu is learning new things. So this is the North and South Node. And I'm going to teach you where you can progress throughout the next year and a half. Starting from May, because Rahu is where we can progress and get material results and use our willpower, and where you can get liberated and release old things. And if you follow this pattern, this is your recipe for success. So guys, I'm giving you a recipe for success for the next year and a half. And you can even go back to my October 2015 videos when I was talking about the previous change when Rahu and Ketu for the past year and a half, they've been in the two signs, Virgo and Pisces, and you can check them out for your sign and see how correct this was. And then you can listen to the May ones that will cover up to November 2018. Such an important big deal, honestly. The consciousness shifts, the karma, the lesson shifts in a big way. And we're going to see how this impacts each sign. And don't forget, May is also another good month because Mercury is turning direct. Planets, Venus is already direct, so the complicated issues and intensity of April is starting to fade away. We'll pay attention to that as well. But just to remind you guys, May, from the middle of May, from the 14th, I'm starting a 6 months foundational astrology course, which is just $200. It's going to be 12 weeks. We're going to do that twice every month, basically. And it's going to be all about the 12 signs, all about Aries we're starting. You can either get the full course for 50% discount, $200, so you can get a few, videos, maybe a few courses all about Aries, all about Taurus, whichever sign you're interested about, which is just $29. But if you want to learn astrology from scratch, and if you want to know information that is not there, and I promise you again, I bring you for sources, esoteric, deep, ancient, modern. It's going to be my best course, basically. And if you want to really understand astrology in depth and start from the bottom, this is the course for you. So come and join me. Till May, it's still just half price, $200 for the whole course, or $29 for all about Aries. And thank you so much. Pisces, May 2017, fourth time recording this video, guys. Mercury retrograde really hit me strong. It's retrograde my third house of communication, so I had to re-record over and over without sound, and hopefully this time it works. And talking about Mercury retrograde, it's going to be continuing to be retrograde in your second house of money till the first week of May. Basically, the first week of May has to pass before Mercury starts moving direct again in your house of resources. And not only that, but Mercury is there. My pen is not writing now. Another Mercury retrograde issue here because Mercury retrograde is about all communication, information, writing, speaking, and there you go. My pen is not writing. But what it means is that your second house of resources is going to, and probably already started feeling it from April, that from the end of April, that certain surprising events might be developing when it comes to your resources, to your money, to assets, to possessions of some sort, because Uranus is the planet of sudden developments. Uranus retrograde means something has to be reevaluated, reassessed, redone, that the things don't go according to plan, that you have to come up with a different new plan, which is more efficient, which is more productive. But this is stressful, especially when it comes down to our resources, to our money, to anything that gives us security and sense of stability is the second house. And also in Vedic astrology, the second house rules family. And I've seen when there is some more disturbing influences in the second house, there might be surprising things that happen in regards to your family, anything that supports you, that gives you stability. Usually it's more to do with money and possessions and assets that you have to replan, to reorganize in some way. But on the positive side, Mercury and Uranus stay together almost till the middle of May. The last 10 days of April until the middle of May, they're very close to each other. Okay, the first 10 days of May, which means that sudden ideas, new ideas can come to you, because Mercury rules the mind in regards to financial matters out of the blue. Some new ideas how to restructure your finances, how to introduce new progressive methods for your resources, for example. And of course, there might be certain expenses. Be prepared, because this can bring sudden expenses as well. But you might have to be investing in something that can be productive for the future, for example. And another thing that can happen is that Mercury this is the... Sorry, my mind is going a bit slow now. We're recording the 12th time, the last 3 videos, so it's a bit slow. But yeah, so just be prepared to be flexible when it comes to your resources, to be flexible when it comes to your possessions. And it's not necessarily just money. It can be something to do with, say, your company and you're trying to find, say, you do painting and you need resources for this painting, like the right type of paint, the right types of tripods, or if you're a fashion company, is the right material. So there might be something they need to reorganize all this, maybe to change the resources, the materials you're using, to substitute them with totally new ones, for example, or something, or totally new techniques as well that you're using. So all of this you have to be flexible about, but all of this will bring in new opportunities, and also it can introduce you to new people and contacts, because Mercury is one of the planets that symbolizes people, associates, business contacts as well, or any kind of people that you can communicate with that can bring progressive new ideas to you, that can bring new ideas in regards to your resources and finances. So this is how it can play out well. But the moment Mercury starts moving direct and moves away from Uranus, from around the first week, after the first week of May, and also Venus is in your second house, basically as well, and my pen is not writing. Venus is in your second house, moving direct, and after the first week of May, things start normalizing in regards to your resources, stability, finances, in your daily engagements with family as well. Things normalize, come back to more predictable flow of events, and they start becoming easy as well. If before that was full of surprises and a bit of shocks, and you had to adapt and you had to work extra hard, after that you'll start seeing the results of those new ideas or those new plans or those extra efforts you had to do. And you can even benefit financially in the second part of May somehow. You can receive some, some bonus, you can receive some extra payment from somewhere, you can receive something in regards to some possession that you wanted, or some resource that you wanted to acquire for a long time. So things start becoming easy after the first 10 days of May in regards to all those second house matters. But till then you have to be careful, you have to be willing to be open to those surprises that are coming. But the main thing that I wanted to talk to you about is that Ketu will be in your 12th house. There's no point even writing. And yeah, after making so many videos, my pen stopped working. And Ketu will be in your 12th house. If that's the 12th house, it's here above Pisces. And Rahu will be in your 6th house starting from May, continuing till the end of 2018 for a year and a half almost. And the karmic lessons are changing, and actually the fate of a person changes when the karmic nodes change signs. Whether it's your ascendant, sun or moon, you have a new set of challenges, a new set of triumphs and wins. wins, new set of losses, new set of gains, because Rahu, which is here, is the dragon's mouth, and Rahu is where we get things. And actually Rahu and Ketu represented like a dragon with a tail and a head. And they're always opposite each other. Wherever Ketu goes in our horoscope, this is where we release things, we let go of those things in our life, where we don't have much access to it. And the more we try to have access, so to make things happen, the less it's in our control. But where Rahu is, we can consciously focus our energies towards there, because Rahu is the dragon's mouth, where we can eat, where we can have more direction with our head, but also where we become more passionate, more ravenous, and this motivates us to act. Passion is the driving force against action, against developing certain area of our life. And Rahu going into your 6th house, let's see what it means. Well, you have to become more like Virgo, and you will be acquiring more Virgo qualities over the next year and a half. And I know Virgo is the opposite of Pisces, and it means organization, order, practicality, efficiency, paying attention to detail. This is your strategy for success. If you follow Rahu without obsessing and going over the top, because that's the shadow side of Rahu, that we can become too obsessive and worry too much, especially when Rahu is in the 6th house. We start obsessing over details, over controlling things on a minuscule level, which is the Virgo qualities, and being self-critical as well too much. You shouldn't because Rahu can, this is the dragon's head that can overindulge on something. But you definitely, your strategy for success is to develop those Virgo qualities, because 6th house has the energy of Virgo, So what is it? Try to become more organized, try to put order, try to, even if it's something that is not typical for you Pisces, have an organizer, have something, write your plan for the next week. Try to be on time for things, try to put order in your house, like throw out, things that are too overflowing. Virgo and the 6th house is about making concise, making smaller, making more manageable, making more organized, putting order into things, and put it in your daily work, in your daily routines, in your daily activities, being more in charge of your daily activities, taking more control over your health as well, and the routines which make your life more streamlined and more efficient. So that hopefully learning to wake up earlier, for example, learning to be more ordered, learning to be more efficient with your work, to do things fast. And actually Rahu, because it's a magnifying glass, whatever house it is in, it works like a magnifying glass. In the 6th house of work, duties and responsibilities, your duties and responsibilities will very likely increase, especially daily duties and routines, repetitive jobs and tasks that require technical skill, that require practical skill and considerations and planning and organizing. They will increase, and there might be big changes also that are happening in your work environment that require innovation of some sort, because Rahu is progressive energy, which rules technologies as well. Maybe in your office they might decide to change the software, so this can create some chaos, which Rahu usually quite often creates at the beginning of its transit in a house. Some chaos that you have to adapt to, but which makes you grow that house. And the 6th house is the house of skill, of being more better worker, of being more is the house of the apprentice as well. The apprentice learns new things and perfects them, so you might, that's what can drive you to learn those new skills and become more efficient and more organized, because you have to accommodate new rules at work, or new changing environment at work, or in your daily environment. For example, for me, because I work from home, it was and I had Rahu in the 6th house. I still have it, it hasn't moved sign. For me, being Aquarius ascendant Rahu, Aries sun Rahu is still in my 6th house, and over the last year and a half, not all the time, but especially the last few months, I had to learn new order and organization, and to manage my time better because of the baby, because of getting much more work and responsibilities in the last year and a half. And even when I went on holidays, I had to work. I mean, on holidays, 2-3 hours every day, some work. And Rahu calls for that. You have to have control over your schedule. That's your strategy for success. You have to have control over your daily routines. You have to take them, develop them, and become more more productive and organized with them. Ketu being in the 12th house, it excretes, it removes what the significations of the 12th house are. And 12th house rules running away from responsibility, taking it easy, going with the flow, allowing things to develop on their own, going on a holiday, taking a break, not being in the going into a fantasy world or in a meditative state, or into retreating into spiritual practices or into your addictive practices, whatever. But Ketu empties that, and it says, even when you're on holiday, you might have daily routines and responsibilities that are increasing, and you still have to be in control, and you still have to be more organized, and have routines, even if you are so it kind of can not necessarily deny fully the possibility for taking a break, but to make you more worried. Even when you're on a holiday, you are focused on the daily details and the daily responsibilities that you have. But that's what's required from you, to be honest. That's what, rather than just kicking back and relaxing the next year and a half, you're required to dive in and confront problems. 6th house also rules enmities and enemies. So to strengthen you, Rahu in the 6th house can strengthen you. It can first introduce some more predatory enemies around you, because 6th house is the enemy, someone who there might be some clashes with, but it's only because so it can strengthen you, and so you can teach you discrimination, because 6th house, just like Virgo, is about discrimination, while Pisces is the opposite. You're a Pisces and you're about embracing inclusiveness, universality, but now you have to develop the ability to discriminate right from wrong, what is evil for you, or what is not evil. Nothing is evil or good specifically only, but it might be wrong for you at this stage of your life. Whether this food, 6th house, is the illnesses that we attract, is the enemies we attract, anything that's our enemy that undermines us in some sort. And Rahu there wants you to become more understanding and more to be able to discriminate what's good and bad for you. Maybe for the past 10 years eating bananas was great for you, but now it's affecting your body, and you discriminate that bananas are no longer good for you, or crisps, or you can't eat bread anymore, or gluten, because there's gluten, or you can't drink anymore all of a sudden. And Rahu will trigger all those issues for you to start recognizing what is good for your body, or as an environmental toxins, or as an environmental toxic influences from other people, and you start discriminating and saying, okay, this person was great for me till now, but they no longer are good, they're more toxic for me now, so I'm discriminating, and I'm deciding to confront my enemy or remove them from my life in some sort, and I'm taking the control. This is the 6th house, and I'm approaching things with a critical eye. I'm not approaching things through the 12th house, the Piscean energy. 12th house has the energy of Pisces of, oh, everything is good, God takes care of everything, I'll just relax and flow down. Now you, with your own personal efforts and with your own personal criticism, are removing those things. So what happens is, I can give you an example. For the last year and a half, I got very much into some health problems started appearing, small ones, not necessarily big, but when they appear, when Rahu is in your 6th house, it's a sign for you that it's something that you're doing, something, the way you're maintaining your body or your lifestyle is toxic to you, and you have to remove it, and you have to start by, detoxing in some sort. For example, it's not necessary just for food, it's for environments, it's for people as well. And you have to start, because otherwise those issues start affecting you on health, mentally or psychologically or physically even. And if you start feeling that you're out of balance, which is what the 6th house is, any kind of pains or ills or constant state of emotional worry or something, there is some toxins that you have to discriminate in your life, whether it's foods, whether it's environments, whether it's people. And Rahu will give you the strength, because Rahu is the strong dragon that will burn everything, to see at least some of those things and start removing them. Like, for example, I started, and you can heal illnesses and problems when Rahu is in your 6th house better than other times. Or at least develop a lot of passion and curiosity and excitability about those things. For example, nutrition, health, exercise. And I've never before believed in supplements or anything like that. And Rahu transited my 6th house from the sun, and I was like, for a year and a half, I experimented with different supplements like vitamins and proteins, and wow, they work amazing, because I had a low level kind of depression, anemia and stuff, and all those supplements, they started making miracles with my mindset, psychological, emotional, physical. And it's also addressing addictions with your willpower. Rahu in the 6th house can help that in some way, or by changing the routines and the environment around you, it can help you overcome certain addictions, whether it's to sugar, whether it's to something else, you know. Usually more physical addictions of some sort. That can be a good time of, and by the way, 12th house rules addictions, because it's kind of dissolving. Addictions are dissolving you into the, you know, into the immaterial, dissolves your body. But Ketu releases the 12th house. Ketu liberates you from addictive patterns, subconscious patterns, because 12th house rules things that we carry from us from past lifetimes, or things people are addicted because they don't have, they're trying to escape something, and something that they don't even remember from their subconscious, something that they carry with their pain body emotionally. And Ketu can release a lot of pain and trauma from the past that we are not aware of while it's in the 12th house of past life and subconscious, the world of the subconscious, where we carry all those issues, you know, and we're not aware. Why do you feel like drinking, or why do you feel like certain thing you're addicted towards? You don't know, or sugar or whatever. It's some deep psychological, emotional issue that stems from before that we usually have buried, and Ketu almost imperceptibly allows us to release that, almost like God gives you an exit point for this dirty water that's gathered into your subconscious and empties it. And I can tell you this happened with me in releasing the past. 12 houses, things from the past, and you release them through Ketu there, so you can take control of your life again, to manage your daily life, to manage your body, to manage your health, to manage your responses to enemies, to be able to protect yourself better, you know. And it develops interest towards nutrition, towards health, it develops interest towards taking care of your body somehow more. And also, as I said, on the more negative level, it might be just some chaotic circumstances around your work and daily activities and routines, which you're called to take under control, to make under control, to make you more efficient, as I said. And maybe confronting certain enemies as well, but only so you learn to discriminate and recognize what's good for you or no, and to eliminate it. 6th house, the house of detox, of elimination. So yeah, guys, this is a strategy for success. And actually this can increase work, and this can increase work engagements and stuff like that as well. So yeah, so you're asked for a little bit to be less like Pisces and to be more like Virgos. That's where you can benefit. But also check your ascendant sign, your moon sign, you know, it depends. It's not just sun signs. I always go, especially women respond much strongly to their moon sign. Or if you're very career driven and very masculine driven, you respond, you know, very initiative to the sun sign more. But everyone does respond to the ascendant sign, because it's the physical body. So thank you so much, Pisces. Thank you for being with me and waiting patiently for your videos to be recorded 4 times. Thank you. Bye.